Honorable members, following the extensive deliberations that we have had on the state of transport infrastructure in Northern Region, the Minister will hand over our issues to the President for onward action to be taken, especially on issues of the critical roads, the national roads, the bridges, the waterways, and air drones in this region. It is our plea, Your Excellency, that we work on this as a fountain of honor. We know there's nothing that is impossible. You'll handle, and we want to put Northern Region at a level of other regions. We should be able to put, as Parliament of Uganda, our focus now is on Northern Region. We want Northern Region, much as the peace has come, but we want the peace in the pockets also to be there. We want to thank you. I now want to take this singular honor to invite you, Your Excellency, to speak to the members of Parliament, to the people of Northern Region, and by extension to the country.
Sit down, please. The Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, all the distinguished persons who are here, I want to thank Parliament for passing a motion recognizing the work of the UPDF and the NRM in pacifying northern Uganda and pacifying the whole country. What you need to know, this is important for you if you are going to make useful contribution, is that the ability of the UPDF to do what has defied other governments, because like the insecurity of Karamoja was not new at all. It had been there even in colonial times. It only got worse after 1979 when the Matheniko, one of the tribes of Karamoja, looted their arms in Moroto barracks after the Amin soldiers ran away. They were able to get automatic weapons, which they had not so much before. But otherwise, the insecurity was there all the time, even in the colonial times. Now, the reason we were able to do these tasks is because of three things, which if you are really interested, you could listen to. Number one, ideology. The Honorable Jessica Ababiku is telling you, which I don't hear many people talking about, that by 1986, 500,000 people from West Nile were in exile, in South Sudan and in Congo. Uganda was number 4 in the whole world in the export of refugees. It was competing with Ethiopia, Afghanistan, and I think Sudan. Uganda was number 4 in the export of the refugees. And what had the West Nileers run away from? From ideological bankruptcy. Because you remember, I was part of fighting Idi Amin. Nobody can say he fought Idi Amin more than I did. But as we were fighting Idi Amin, we always told our people and everybody that, look here, don't blame the mistakes of Idi Amin on all the West Nilers. Because all these things Amin is doing, he doesn't consult the people in West Nile, the villagers. He does them with a small clique of idiots. And don't blame the people of West Nile for this. Even when we were fighting UPC, it was the same. We told our cadres, don't blame the people of northern Uganda, of Acholi, Lango, for the mistakes of Obote. Distinguish between the misleaders and the misled. This is the line of the NRM. Always make a distinction between the misleaders, who are few, and the misled, who are many, even if they are misled. But in many cases, most of the masses are not even involved at all. It's just small groups of people. So, when we took over, when we defeated Amin in 1979, we had formed UNLF. There was a group called UNLF, which was like NRM. We were telling these people, please, wait, you are UPC and you are DP based on Catholics for DP, Protestants for UPC. Please, give us a holiday. Let's have a united group, UNLF. But they couldn't listen. They took advantage of the fact that we had our Tanzanian brothers here who didn't know our situation. They moved and they brought back the bankruptcy of the old politics of sectarianism. So those massacres, those are Babikus who must have been either children or in the womb. I don't think they were even there. I think it was the wombs which were running away. The running started in 1980, not 1979. 1979 we had, because we were together with the Tanzanians, we were with the UNLF, and we had said, isolate Amin. Don't blame the people of West Nile for the mistakes of Amin. But when they brought back their UPC and their nonsense DPs, that's how the problem came up. You West Nilers, you are relatives of Idi Amin, so we kill you. Imagine, to be killed because of my relative. Bankruptcy. So if you say that you really appreciate, you better understand. So that's number one, ideology. We believe in individual responsibility. We cannot blame a group for the mistakes of one member of that group. That is point number one. And we never believe in sectarianism. So the first reason why we are able to do what Nakut, I thought Nakut was the other. Now I've discovered she's still a Karamajong. Because Nakut was saying, I can't understand why these people, why they sacrifice so much. Yes, if you are convinced, we are always celebrating the Martyrs' Day in Namugongo on the 3rd of June. Young people who refused to denounce religion and they were killed by Mwanga. On the 9th of May, we are already celebrating Martyrs' Day, Heroes' Day. For us, we are not just martyrs, we are heroes. We have both martyrs, but also we have heroes, because martyrs die without resistance. Heroes, they can kill you if you are not careful. As you try to kill them. So on the 9th, we celebrate the Heroes' Day. People who stood because of conviction. If you are convicted of something, you will stand. So the first reason how we were able to do what these other groups failed to do is because of ideology. Secondly, discipline. What Nakuto was saying, how the cattle rustling came back in 2018, it was not just the removal of the troops. There were also some mistakes by our commanders, corruption. They stole the money of the LDUs. You know, we had Karamojong LDUs. And they stole their money. They didn't pay them. And you know how confused the Karamojong groups are. So they said, okay, so if you are not paying us, we are going to raid. That's how it all started. There was also another man, I've forgotten his name. Is it Achuchu? Achuchu, the one whose wife they took when he was in jail. And when he came from jail, he said, you better repress my wife who was taken. They just looked at him. He went and raided cattle to buy another woman. That's how it all started again. So it was the carelessness of our people, the corruption. But the third reason how we succeed is the Banyankore proverb. Okom toguri enshujun kuitegwa. You make the hairstyle according to the shape of the head. If you have got a head with big bones like this, the hairstyle will follow the shape of the head. When we are budgeting, this is very important for you, Pharaohs. How could we build such a powerful army with very little money? Because we budget we plan according to our small budget. That's why when we are building the army, we don't start with the barracks. The barracks don't look so smart. We start with the personnel, the training, and the weapons. Soldiers are staying in some Mama Ingia Pole, but the one in Mama Ingia Pole can also kill you, like the one coming from a Gorofa. So that's how we have been managing. If you look at the budget of Uganda, it was like $500 million some years ago. You look at the budgets of other African countries, big, billions. So, because of that budgeting according to the shape of the head, the hairstyle according to the shape of the head, that's how we manage. Three things: ideology, discipline, and realism in budgeting. Don't budget unrealistically. So, I'm glad you are having your conference here, and I've been hearing what you have been saying, but straight away, I can tell you that the things to do are very many. You can't do all things at the same time. So I take you back to the Bible. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, and the rest will be added unto you. Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, and the rest will be added unto you. We have been telling you and telling everybody since the 1960s that whatever you do, if you want the people to develop, start with the homestead incomes. Start with the homestead incomes. Because we are now talking of roads, what. There are where roads are good. The road from Gulu to Kampala is definitely good. It's not about the problem of the bridge is a recent one. It has just come now. Otherwise, the road was good. All the way from Atiak, from Bibia, was tarmac all the way to Kampala. The one from Musingo, Kitugum, Gulu, all the way to Kampala. What are you selling along that road? I know there is some simsim from Kitugum, but what else? So, from the 1960s, we have been telling all those who care to listen to us that please seek ye first the homestead incomes, and the rest will be added unto you. In 2018, I made a countrywide tour, zone by zone, and I gave you this booklet where I talked of the 4 sectors and the 7 ways for wealth creation and job creation. I heard the speaker, I want to speak up, don't please bring a new confusion by saying that the 4 acres model does not apply here. It does. I don't agree with that line. In this booklet, I made it clear that the 4 acres model was a rescue operation for the parts of the country that had already fragmented land. That's why I said, since you have very few acres, do not make sure the chura, I normally use our words here, the chura, the aymar, the otita, the chivaro is correct. Because if you don't, you will never get out of poverty. That's why I said, for the 4 acres and less, 7 activities, 7 enterprises. Coffee, 1 acre. Fruits, 1 acre. Pasture for dairy, 1 acre. 1 acre for foodstuff like cassava. In the backyard, you put poultry for eggs. You put piggery for pigs. Then if you are near a wetland, fish farming. And when you do that, you get millions of shillings, even if you are doing it on a very small scale. We are giving you the examples of the Nyakanas and so on. And I called this here in this booklet, intensive agriculture. Use intensive agriculture with high-value enterprises to get out of poverty using a small piece of land which you have, either 4 acres or less. But even if you have got more, there's no harm. Instead of having 1 acre of coffee, have 4. What is the problem? You can still use the same, even if you have a bigger land. And 10 acres you are talking about, because I want you to make the chura. Don't just talk. Now I want the chura of the average land holding in the north. When I fly over coming the way I was like this morning, the area is not, that land, if you look at the gardens, from especially Lango, I'm not so sure how many people, that Lango, the southern side, the Maruzi and those areas, near Kokoro, the Amoratar, the population seems to be heavy. Because from the air I can see garden next to garden. You don't see much bush anymore. Even here, coming here, the areas of Minakuru, all the way coming here. The areas where I see some emptiness are the areas after Bariregi, going to Agago. Yes, I can see some space there, and some parts of the Kaparabiong, the other side of Teso, but some of the, like Teso, Serere, Ngora, very, population seems to be quite high. So what chura are you using? Don't waste our time again by bringing confusion here, this confusion. No, please. Even if you say 10 acres, because there are two strategies. Intensive agriculture is the 4 acres I'm talking about. But even if you have got 10, you can use the same for more land. You will be very rich. But the other one is extensive agriculture. When I was in Ajumani, my brother Moses Ari was talking about cotton. Then I said, okay, cotton. How much do I get from cotton in an acre? They said 1 million shillings without deducting costs. So, if it is true, and when you are discussing, yeah, please go into those details. Don't just talk and pass resolutions and deceive yourselves. I'm really no longer interested in that type of approach. So, even if you say cotton, you will get 1 million shillings gross from 1 acre. Even if you have got 12 acres, as you say, because somebody was saying that you have big land, 12 acres. 12 acres is not big land. Unless you get another word for big. If you are saying madit, is it madit or madwong? 12 acres is not a lot. So if you have got 10 acres, 2 acres are for food. You remain with the 10 acres. If you get 1 million from 1 acre, is 10 million enough? So I want the real chura, please, Right Honorable Speaker. Chura, not just talking. The ones, I advised the cotton group, there are people with big land. I have big land. And there are other people. I said, you register us, we who have got big land. Let us produce cotton for you. I can put 100 acres of my land to cotton out of patriotism. I don't need cotton. But if the country needs cotton, I can grow it for them. 100 acres, even if I get 1 million per acre, that's 100 million. Of course, 100 million is not too much money for me, but I don't mind. I'm doing it for the country. Now, if you were to do 1,000 acres of cotton, you would get 1 billion. So it is true that you can get good money from low value crop like cotton if you do it on a really big scale. But 10 acres is not big scale, so don't confuse our people with just new confusion. It is extensive agriculture versus intensive agriculture. For me, anything less than 20 acres. This is the problem of Busoga, because we told our Busoga people, please, ebikado, kamara. Ebikado, how much are you getting from 1 acre? First of all, ebikado don't mature for 2 years. 18 months, the ebikado is still growing. When you harvest it, omusoga alirudawa. Ngweno omusoga wano bwino kyakulaga idano tukobere ekibalo ky'ebikaado. If I have got 1 acre, what will I get from ebikaado after 18 months?
Your Excellency, if you have 1 acre and you plant and wait for 18 months, at the current level of pricing, then you harvest and get about 6 million shillings. 6 million shillings.
Gross.
And the cost involves, first of all, the initial preparation, and then buying the planting material. And the planting material is expensive. And then after that, you have to look after the garden for the 18 months. And very often, for those who don't have the land, before you plant the cane, you have to hire the land. So the cost is very high.
It's like 40% what?
The cost is much higher than 40%. Because it is labor intensive.
More than half.
More than a half.
Yeah, so from now, okay, let's get one of cotton. The one who knows cotton, who will tell us about the cotton? And maize. Maize. Because in my 7 activities here, I don't recommend cotton, I don't recommend maize, I don't recommend ebikaado, I don't recommend tea. People are crying with the tea now.
Excellency, I can talk about the maize.
How much would I get from 1 acre in a year in maize?
Maize for 1 acre.
An acre?
1 acre of maize, you get about 2 million shillings for a season if you have used very good practices. Yes, I'm talking from experience because I grow maize myself. The last season, I got 2 million per acre. However, the cost of
per acre,
honorable members, can we have some silence?
Per season.
2 million per acre per season.
So that's 4.
If you have very good practices,
so that's 4.
Using good seed, using either manure or fertilizer, so that you get about 4
million in a year.
Yes, about 4 million in a year.
And the cost?
And the cost would go to about 3 million shillings.
Out of the 4?
Out of the 4 million.
So 1 million. Okay, Tiama, Oya Tiami. Or Pamba, the one of Pamba, who can tell us about Pamba? Pamba.
Thank you, Your Excellency. I'm Isaac Otimiki from Nebi District in West Nile, one of the areas that grows cotton. In average, an acre of cotton will produce between 600 to 800 kilograms per acre. But because of the unstable prices of cotton, whereby last year, the last season, prices went as low as 1,500 shillings per kilo.
That's how much now?
Yes. So you find that people were getting between 900,000 to 1 million shillings
per acre.
Yes.
Per year.
Per year.
Bepping. Now that leaves us with each one now. The other one is what?
Your Excellency, I'm Judy Saliek, a member of Parliament for Kole District in Lango Sub-Region. I'm the chairperson of Lango Parliamentary Group. Your Excellency, I would like to add my voice to the growing of maize in Lango sub-region. As I talk now, Your Excellency, an acre of maize can give you between 10 to 15 bags. And then the price of maize right now is between 600 shillings, 600, a kilogram. So a bag of maize right now is going to about 60 shillings. 60,000 60,000 shillings, Your Excellency. Now, when you multiply 60,000 by 10 bags, that's about 600,000 per acre, Your Excellency. We have to tell the truth here.
Yes.
Yes, thank you, Your Excellency.
So therefore, please, I beg you, I don't want Gulu confusion. That Parliament met in Gulu and confused our people and said, forget the 4 acres. For northern Uganda, we have a lot of land. No, you don't have. 10 acres is not a lot of land. Because if you are going to get 1 million shillings per acre for maize or cotton, even if you have got 10 acres, how much is that? You will not get out of poverty. But with fruits, the return is very high. In some areas, it's very, very high. You can get the figures. There is a group at Kakoge. Is it Kakoge? They have got a factory there of fruits. We are supporting them. You check with them how much they are earning from fruits per acre. Cotton, because some of the areas in the north here can grow coffee. Some of the areas in the north can grow coffee. Like West Nile, they can grow coffee. Even these areas here can grow coffee. So please, my document is here. God has got a copy. It got long ago. Please study it very carefully if you want our people to get out of poverty. So this is my point number 1. The roads, yes, but the roads which are there are not being used fully. The roads which are there are not, yes, I know the areas which don't have good roads. I know them because I always go there. But even where the roads are good, they are not being used fully. So please, seek ye first the kingdom of heaven, seek ye first homestead incomes, and the rest will be added unto you. Now, secondly, this is for all the political class. Yesterday, I was having a meeting with the religious faith with Mama Janet about the schools. And one of the issues we were discussing with the foundation bodies is the school charges. The NRM, since 1996, has been pushing for free education in government schools. But other people are pushing for charges for this one, for this one, for this one. Please, if you want those children whom you say the street children, the what? They are street children because many of them did not go to school. And what is blocking them? School charges. So the political class, all the elite, please, if you say you care about your people, support my position on free education. If you don't want to support that, then keep quiet, let the children suffer. Don't just talk. This is the second point. Seeking for homestead incomes, free education in government schools. We have been begging from 1990, it's almost 30 years now. UPE, they put charges. If there are unmet costs, bring them. You are members of parliament. I'm president here. You are there. We budget together. You come from those areas. You come and we budget. Let's block all these other expenditures. And we provide free education for the children in the government schools. Don't go and say, I am paying for children in my constituency. How many are you paying for? 10. How will 10 children in a constituency, apart from putting you in debt, solve the problems? Huh? You are killing yourself, you are killing the children, you are doing nothing. Listen to the NRM. Let's have free education in government schools. Those who have money to give to private people, they can go to private schools, the children of the rich. I started my school in Okwang near my village in Bariregi. I had calculated there that if I could give capitation grant of so much, there would be no other school costs which are not made. The capitation grant is set, but I think they still charge school fees. I have got free schools in Chisozi. They don't pay any cost. They study. It can be done. So, free education, if we want our people to get out of poverty. Infrastructure, I totally agree, especially the railway. Have we not repaired the railway line from Tororo to Gulu? Is it not repaired? They were repairing it. What happened? Works, Echweru.
Your Excellency, as you guided in Cabinet, work on Malaba, Soroti, Lira, Gulu Railway meter gauge is on. We have reached Kumi so far. There was a small technicality between us, the office, and the team working, which we have also resolved after consulting you with the Musee Matiaka Saija. So they have resumed. The first phase will bring the meter gauge up to Gulu here. Then the second phase will be from Gulu to Pakwach.
Yes. So that for cargo, you use the railway. You tell, they are saying when.
Just like I've indicated to my honorable colleagues.
The estimated time, we call it ETD, estimated time, ETA. Estimated time of arrival. What is the estimated time of arrival?
To come up to Gulu, Musee will take us a few more months. I don't have it readily available with me.
You check before you leave tomorrow, tell them.
I will do that.
So, now, the other infrastructure which is crucial, which is already in place, is health. You see the way NRM works, we use small, cost-effective solutions. We're able to provide security with very little budget. Now with health, our strategy was have health center 3 at the sub-county, at the Jago. Because most of the sicknesses can be dealt with there. Immunization, midwifery, malaria, they can be dealt with there. But instead of people concentrating, and you have seen how immunization has helped, public health, immunization, polio has disappeared, measles have disappeared. All those immunized, the cancer for the girls, if all the girls are immunized against the uterus cancer. So immunization has worked. Where the problem is on the drugs at the health center 3 being stolen. And you all represent constituencies. If you have got a constituency may have about 4 sub-counties, which means you have got 4 health center 3s under you, and maybe 1 health center 4. So if you supervise these together with your network of NRM supporters, even the ones who are not NRM, why wouldn't the curative side work as well as the prevention side has worked? The immunization has worked well. When we undertake preventive measures, things move. It's a revolution. Population of Uganda is now 46 million from 14 million. What was happening before? Ugandans were marrying many women. Where were the children going? They were all going down in the ground. That's how you get the autos. Auto means he followed the people who died, I think. Now, what happened? Why are the children not dying? Because of the just immunization. But there are other measures which can be taken and improve health, like malaria control, sleeping under the bed nets, and other anti-malaria measures should be emphasized by the health managers of the district. They don't. We were able to deal with the guinea worm here in the north. Where is the guinea worm now? It's gone. Guinea worm went because of simply boreholes. Because guinea worm was coming from dirty swamp water, people drinking it. Bilharzia attacks people when they go to collect water from the river. So, just with immunization alone, we have caused a revolution in the population growth. What if we added other preventive measures, safe water, so that the waterborne diseases are eliminated, nutrition, the food is there, but the people don't know what to eat because the health officers at the district don't tell them. The radios are there for abusing Museveni only. Nobody thinks of using the radios to say, you people, you eat this, you eat that, you eat that, you eat that. You will have, because some of the diseases are from poor nutrition. The girls getting married when they are still young, before the age of 18. This is just sensitization. Say a child who is not yet 18 is not old enough to carry children. And it will either cause her problems or cause the child problems. All these preventive measures are there. But we have used only immunization. And you see how much it has helped us. What if we added all the others? So while I note this, the budget, the infrastructure, the infrastructure which you have is already good enough. Let it be fully used. If it is used, you can be sure that many of the sicknesses will be eliminated. Then we remain with the cancers, with the other diseases which are. And then we remain, but even the diseases of prosperity, or obesity, heart disease, diabetes, the diseases of Jalonyo. When you are rich, you get all sorts of non-communicable diseases. They can also be stopped by exercise. So yes, we can spend more on the health infrastructure, but how about the strategy of health care? which is not just buildings and even drugs. By the time you go on the drugs, you have already lost your health. Now, the other crucial infrastructure element which you should talk about is irrigation. We launched something here near Tochi. That Tochi, what is it about? What are we irrigating there? Can somebody tell us? Tochi.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I'm the chairperson for the Agriculture Committee. And in the report that we presented...
And who are you?
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. I'm Auma Linda Agnes, the woman member of Parliament for Lira District.
Auma, Nyara.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency. Tochi irrigation scheme was one of the projects that we did oversight on as Agriculture Committee under water for production facilities.
What is it irrigating?
Tochi is irrigating rice.
Rice in the swamp or away from the swamp?
Your Excellency, a scheme is always in the swamp, gazetted by government for rice production.
Oh. That's Marach. Okay, Apoyo. I will not concentrate on that one so much.
Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
What is happening to Agoro irrigation scheme? Agoro.
Your Excellency, Agoro rice scheme was for the same purpose, but it's no longer functional well.
It's also rice?
Yes.
Is there rice in Agoro?
Rice, it was meant for rice,
no,
aquaculture, but it's not functioning well.
There's somebody who knows the area.
Thank you. It's the area member of Parliament.